So you will start to, like, if you get obsessed with the snapshots, as artworks, right? And don't be surprised when you share them on Facebook, no one takes any notice, right? So try and do it just for you. So over time, as you start to refine your technique in filming, you'll build more intention as well, and oh wow, look at this green, what looks like moss. I bet you that's got faces and stuff in it. Oh, here's the soldier crag glyphs. Yeah. Oh, look at this one. Look at these ones. Look at that one. That's I call them soldier crag glyphs. Each one of them little tiny balls is a mouthful of sand. It's obviously a bigger crab. Look at this one. So they take up the mouthful of sand and they suck on it and chew on it, and they chew all the microorganisms that they eat in it, and then they spit it out in a nice little tiny ball like that into patterns, or what look like random patterns, but I don't believe that they are. That's 3D thinking to believe that. That's not random. Like, some of them are really intricate, eh? Oh, look at this one. Probably get angels or something. Look at that one. Oh yeah. Little walkway there. These I think that they might be ghost crabs, these ones, and they grow about the size of your fucking hand. I've communed with them. Back at my sacred space in the biddy track, where there's a little hole in the bush. Oh, sorry, a hill. They're like, the thing about ghost crabs is they go right inland. They don't need to be near the water. So you find them right in there, like on the tracks and stuff behind the sand dune. So I was sitting down on me hill one day, and if you sit there quietly enough, all of a sudden I looked around and there's all these ghost crabs all come out of their holes, and they're all looking at me. And they all got used to me, my presence there. So they're a bit of an animal guide, the ghost crab. So now look at it. So you'll start to naturally look at, like, one of the things you'll notice and you'll learn about digital archaeology is when it looks perfect like that, and you try and mirror it, right? It'll actually take away the beauty, right? Because it's beautiful as it is in the third dimensional, from the third dimensional view. That's how it's meant to be viewed. This is perfect, exactly the way it is, right? You add a mirror to that, and it actually takes away a lot of the beauty. Right, you'll actually find that it's, like these banks here, I'll show you in a minute, this sort of thing, stuff that you wouldn't think to film, right, ugly things like that, like this stuff. See these little patterns? They're obviously some sort of creature, but you get them a lot finer than that. See how up here? If you get up close to them, right, and do some up close scanning of them, right, like that, your camera focus, make sure it's in focus, and then run it across like that. If you see any, like anomalies, like rocks and notches and stuff like that, then the more you see, then the more you turn. Because when you turn, it's like putting a key in the lock and turning it. That's what it's like. Imagine that. It's like it open. It actually it's like it unlocks the third dimensional layer that's on top, and like a blanket, and it lifts the veil, and through the Mirrorverse, you're able to see infinite dimensions and access them. And when I say access them, I mean in your mind, through that deep appreciation for the wonder that these, like, if you haven't seen any of my images, check them out. I've got over 20,000 now. I've got albums and albums and albums on Facebook. I try and do that to share them with others, but also to get rid of them off my phone. So I got over 20,000 last I counted. Yeah. So see these edges here, like the dark edges and that. You get up close to these edges, like under there where it looks ugly. You'll find if you getting close and scan that here where the water is, all that stuff. All right, getting close. Get up right up underneath. Yeah. That big hole there will end up being a portal. That looks ugly. You wouldn't think to take a video of that. But this is where you find the magic. This is where you find your divination. Alright? When I say divination, after a while, if you start to do it, you refine it. I'm hoping that other people will take on my basic techniques, and bear in mind that this sort of training or these lessons or this term digital archaeology that I've been guided to share, that I've developed, which when I expand further on it, you'll see you'll realise that it's a lot more than just experimental photography. When you go out into nature and then you sit there and you have an encounter with one of your animal guys, it might be a fucking hour, right? And then you do some footage, maybe not on that day, but within that time frame, after communing with the owl, right, and actually being in present with it, physical, right, and then you go and unlock and activate some of the new footage, in the coming days that you take it in the coming days after it, and you will find owls in your snapshot, at least one or two, the eyes and the beak. And that's when it starts to become divination. So that's your connection with nature. So it's like nature is your tarot card. This, like all the elements, all the surfaces, the tree trunks, the mud, the rocks. They all tell stories. Right? They all have, and I believe that they sort of hold a bit of a digital footprint as well, a digital shadow, like a digital ghost footprint. And some trees can turn, like especially the older ones, and the mangroves is what I call them, mangrove temples, because that's what they are. Mangroves are one of the only trees that can survive in salt water, thrive in salt water. And mangroves have always got them gnarly roots down the bottom, like hollows and stuff. They're great to do digital archaeology on. Great. Just make sure that you got really crispy sunlight when you do it. That's one element you really looking for in your videos, is at least water, but a decent sun. But you can do footage on a day where the sun's like trying to break through the bloody chemtrails, and get a whole different look altogether, and a whole different set of lighting altogether, and that changes the colours, especially when you enhance it. See all this here? That beam. Oh wow, that's some light codes right there. Ooh. Yeah, she's crispy now. Yeah, see that crack up there? You get right up in there with your torch, like turn your torch on your camera and do a video inside. If you see like little areas like that, tree hollows, you stick your camera right in there. Yeah, be careful, but this is where you'll find a whole different look at that rock, a whole different world. Seriously, inside the tree hollows and that, you'll find. Don't be surprised if you find like little evil, angry faces in the tree hollows, especially dead trees. So dead trees, burnt stumps and that. Oh my God, charcoal is so good to get up, and that's where you want to do a lot of. With anything that's got fine detail in it, you want to do a lot of close-up scans, right? And people walking past, they'll think you're crazy, or they'll think you've just discovered a new, a new bloody insect or something, and you're filming it, Yeah, so you'll find. See, this is one of the things that it teaches you, is it gives you, even if you have appreciation for nature already, it gives you a deeper, it's like the appreciation we have is just like 3D surface level, because our eyes can't see. Like the ones that are really connected, when you got animal guys and stuff, and you're in nature, almost every day, like I am, you can't do without it. For those ones, it's different, Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. That's Jasper.